Welcome back. So I hope that by now you are feeling quite open, quite expressive in your movements. I've given you quite a lot of stuff to work with already. Hopefully you've been playing with some music and just feeling your own flow, and maybe you've experienced getting into the flow state a few times already. It can be a beautiful moment, if not, obviously, that's totally fine. But yeah, I feel like with all the stuff that I've gone through so far, if you're really applying it properly, working with the breath, the body, all the different things and the techniques, then yeah, your mind should be starting to really expand and open up. So we're going to start to move on to some things that are a little bit more difficult to get the hang of. And what we're going to do now is in spins and anti-spins. So in spin, what we're going to do is we're going to have it wheel plane. Sorry, my mind blanked there. Wheel plane. And basically an in spin is your arm is going forwards and the staff is also spinning forwards. Okay? So it's going to look like this. Okay? So the staff is spinning forwards. And you can see what I'm doing here is like the figure 8 movement with the hands. So same kind of movement, figure 8. But now what we're doing is we're just bringing it over the back and then over the top. And there's this moment where the staff comes down and draws a line on the floor, and then it's almost like the reversed figure 8 at the back for a rotation, and then it's going to come over and continue down the front, okay? So it looks like this. So there's a part of it where it's going from a rotation all the way down, and then it's doing it here. Okay, so at the front you have to transition from the back to the front, and the way that's doing it is just by drawing a big kind of half circle with the front end of the staff. So leading with my thumb. Okay, so the way I would start this pattern, for example, is with my thumb facing forwards and the staff pointing forwards. And I'm going to sweep it down and then start what would be a reverse figure 8. Okay, so it's going to go down, reverse figure 8. So maybe what you can do is also pause in that point. So you're starting here, sweeping it down as if you're drawing a line on the floor, and then you're here. So you're in a reverse figure 8. And you're facing backwards, okay? And then when you get to the point where your palm is open and you're facing up, you can extend and then continue to draw the circle over the top. Okay? So drawing the line on the floor, reverse figure 8. And then over the top. Okay? And if you take it all together, you get this. And this can be quite tiring on the shoulder, especially if you have a big staff like this with heavy rubber balls on the end. So yeah, if you have a lighter staff, a shorter staff, it's going to be a lot easier. Broomstick, for example, is a lot easier. So this is an in spin. Okay? So we're going to do that, and then we're going to change sides with it. So we're going to do our in spin. And then we're going to change hands with a normal passing change like we've done. And then we're going to come in over the top. Okay? So I recommend practicing on both sides before you do the transition. So the left hand, let's just flip me on my side this way. So I would be going like this, starting with my thumb pointing forwards again. I'm sweeping down. There's a reverse figure 8 movement at the back. And then it sweeps up and over. So it's like this. Okay? Okay? And then when you're ready to switch sides, you're going to come across your body, change hands, and then continue. So it would look like this. Oops, sorry, wrong move. Okay? So it's a bit different to just the changing side to side like we do with the normal pass, because this time we're doing the extension at the back. Okay? And the reason we do the extension at the back is because we're going to move on to flowers in a little bit, okay? But first, well, this is actually an in-spin flower, okay? So it's creating a flower petal. Okay? And if you were to swim your arms, you would have this. Okay? All right? So it may be a little bit tricky at first. Take some time to do this. You know, drill it until it gets in there. Of course, it's a little bit tiring on the shoulders, so allow the space by moving your body accordingly, like we have done in the previous lectures. And you will start to feel that it's a little bit easier to get that range of movement. Okay? All right. So I'm going to move on to anti-spins, but I'll do that in the next tutorial. I think this is enough for now for this one. This will keep your mind working for a little bit. So I'll see you in the next tutorial for some anti-spin action.